Am I audible? Okay. Yeah, so today I'm just exploring Django and wanted to build something simple because I know I have tried Django but I have not worked extensively. So I'm trying to build something like an authentication system using Django and then just the backend for it, not the front end. Just trying to see if how this everything works, and not just pure Django. I'm also going to try out Django Rest Framework, so that this I have seen what this is. I've seen the documentation a bit. I think this is a great framework for on top of Django. So yeah, I'm trying to start from scratch. So I think let me just note down what I actually want to do. Let's draw a diagram for that. So so I want to have a Django server, which is a font. So I want this server to serve all the authentication requests, which means this should support login, register or sign up, and some other APIs like get user. This is pretty simple, but doing this with an unknown framework, it helps to know a lot about the framework. Yeah, so these are the three main APIs. Is there anything other than this? Login, sign up, get user. I think something is. We can add one more thing. Get something or authenticated URLs / roots. I think this is very commonly used, right? So other than that, I'm also looking to explore something. I've seen the word serialization a lot. Like there's a serialization. I think we'll just go into that, and Django models as well. Pretty simple. Learning basic things by doing a basic backend APIs. So let me just set this up. I will just increase the size. So I'm going to make a new directory, let's say Django auth. So okay, I want to create an environment because I want to only install whatever I want to install inside that environment. And how do I do this? I think this is Django auth. Oops. Yeah, it's Django auth. And then you activate Django. Okay. I think it's source Django auth bin activate. So we have activated the Django auth environment. So now we can install using pip. So first I want to install Django and then DRF, which is Django Rest Framework. I think I can just say Django. The rate is just 4.1, so we'll go with that. And for Django Rest Framework, how do I install this? Yeah. Okay, it's installing. It has installed. So I want to create. I know basic things about Django, so it's not that I'm starting from literal scratch. But so I want to create a project first, I guess. Is this using Django admin? start create project. Yeah, start project. Yeah, so I'm just naming it auth. So how does the structure go like? So this auth, inside auth you have manage.py. So okay, let's go into auth. Yeah, we have this. Okay, let's see the folder structure. Okay, we have the folder that has the settings, that's the project name. In the same level we have apps. It's in the same level, so it's again Django admin start app auth app, I think. Yeah, inside this auth app we have, I mean this is the app, right? So so let's try running this. Yeah, python manage.py run server, is it? Yeah, it's working. Let me open an API tool just to be sure. Just remove this. Okay, so there is auth app where we'll be doing most of the we'll be writing most of the code, and we have this auth app, so where we'll be having the settings, which is I think important. So I think we have to add this REST framework also here in install apps. Yeah, that's done. Okay, so we can create our views here. I think we have to also create auth app slash urls.py, because we have this urls py in our auth. We'll just redirect whatever comes to the app. Okay, let's actually see some examples on this. Okay, he created an apps folder and said that there are all the apps, but we are doing a single thing, so that's cool. Okay, so he's just including all the URL files, right? So we'll do that here. So this is this project URL, urls.py file. It's from Django dot, I'll just zoom in for you, conf.urls. Include and URL. So I want let's say v1. Whenever we hit v1, I want to include something. What I want to include is auth.app.views. It's URLs. And in auth app URLs, I'll actually copy a bit of this. And with simple, I'm keeping it simple. I'll just include the views from dot import views dot, let's say hello. I mean, we haven't still created it. We will create it. So let's say hello. We can just return, I guess. Does this take any the views, does that take any, what does that take? Okay, this is class based views. I think we are using REST framework, right? So most of them are using class based, and they're using the post and get in order to, they're like overriding the functions in order to do this. Okay. So what if we want to do a custom view? Because in this we are really doing get, create, list, delete, retrieve, everything. But what if I want to do something like ABC? Okay, I think we can look into that, but right now our aim is to print hello world whenever we hit a route, a specific route. So should we go with DRF right now? I think we should. What should we import even? Okay, let's go to the documentation. Yeah, so we want, what do we want? So we want a view, right? Okay, is this a function type here? Because we're adding this decorator here. I'm just looking for what are the types of views. Yeah, this class based views, and yeah, there's function based views. So for function based, we're using the decorators, right? For class based, we are doing this. I mean, we are like inheriting some class from REST framework views, and then we are using that. I think we can go with function based views for now because that's pretty simple. Okay, now, okay, let me just put request into this. And where do I get the API view dot decorators? So I'm putting API view, and this is going to be get send list. So this is a get. I'm just opening another tab and then trying to run this. Auth.auth. So is it just auth? Yeah. So now let's go to insomnia and let's copy this. Put this here /v1 and we got our hello here. But we just don't want to just print hello, but we want to return something. So is there any return response? Yeah. So from REST framework we have the response class too. I'll just put that. Right. If I hit this, I should receive hello. Yeah. Okay, I'm just zoom in. So we are doing good. We are having hello world. So I think we can go with the register one. So for register, I want to have a function like this register, which takes in, let's say, username. We can go with the Reddit kind of functionality. So let's say register has a username and it has a password, right? So it creates a user. Let's also take display name or email. We can take email. Yeah, we can take email. Let's keep email as unique, and then instead of username, let's take first and last name. And then we'll use this. We'll just store this in the DB. And I also want to see how does DB work in Django. I know that there's by default we have the SQLite. I think we can use pSQL with Django. But I think that this should be good. Like, we don't want to explore anything regarding databases, but I think even if you want to do, it's quite simple. But what I want to do is, how are we going to interact like with the DB? Like, what I mean is regarding the serializers, like how are we going to structure the data? So usually what we do is we use models to create model. I think still it's this case. Let's see if that's how this guy did it. So in authentication, does he have models? Yeah. Okay. I mean, I know that DRF provides by default authentication, but I want to do it by hand once. What am I even looking for now? Yeah, so we know that this is working. So I want to have some APIs firstly for login, and then I want to first design the model which we just drew. This one. So for that, how do I start? How do I model data? So is this by default modeling? Like, do we model? I think, yeah. So serialization is, what does serialization mean? Yeah, so serializer is something which is used to structure or validate data or serialize data, basically. Like, you can convert it into some other type and then you can deserialize by deconverting, like converting it back to its original type. So So what's the difference between serializer versus model in Django? Right, so serializers are used to expose the API to the client. So this is something data will be showing to the client, or something we want to handle the data, but the data is stored using the model. So that's the difference. Okay, so I think we can create the model, but for that we need to see what's exact syntax. Yeah, models. Okay, yeah, we could go and start with a very basic model, which is the user model. Let's, instead of a user, let's say person, because I think user already has the defined class in DRF, so I don't want to have a collision with that. So models.model, right? Yeah, so we have, let's say, the first name, which is models.char field, and max length. Do you have max length? Max length, yeah. Let's keep it to 16. And similarly the last name, and we do have the email and the password. I think this is a char field. Yeah, this is a basic person model. So now should I do anything? Should I do migrate or something? Okay, I think we have to register the model. Where do we register the model? Yeah, this. I think this is for the admin side, but still. I think that can be ignored, at least for now. So yeah, we have this model, and we are going to have a register request. Let's just put all the requests now. So we'll have, let's say, register will have login, which is also post, and we'll have get user, which returns the logged in users data, and we want to have the other thing, which is authenticated routes. So we could have one authenticated route, something like I think get user should be authenticated. I don't think so, like that need not be authenticated, but let's say I think we can do something like we can have the score of a person, integer field, default is 0. Okay, is this? Okay, I think this is this can be ignored, but I don't know why the linter is showing this. Let's start with 0, and we want to have some view. Okay, yeah, we want to have some view which we want to put in, let's say, update user score. I mean, we could do that in update view, but user score. So this, I also want to explore more decorators to use it like a middleware. So is update score? Yeah, I think that should work. I don't think we need score. We could just do get user. Like, if the user is authenticated, we'll return the authenticated user's details, or else we'll just return something like the user is not authenticated, something like that. I think if we are using DRF, then we have this kind of things like the session authentication or token authentication, but okay, I think we can do that. Let's log in. So this should have some decorators or some class inheritance or something. We will look into that. So let's first register a user. So where we let's say request dot data. So basically what we want to do is register the user to TP and login, logs the user in, which means it creates a token or else a session. So in this case, let's create a token, right? Returns the token, and that token is used to get the user. So to get user, use the token authentication to retrieve the user and return the details if authenticated. Okay, so this is what I want to do. So okay, let's just, this is a post request register. So let's do register, and we do have login and user. Yep. So yeah, let's print the requested data. I think we need to use the serializer now, right? Let's run the server and let's hit the register root, and with the body I want to send a JSON. First name John, last name Doe, and email john@email.com, and password is password. Let's hit this, and we should, yeah, this is this. But the thing is, this is not like in a structured way, right? We have not serialized this. This is just raw data. But what we want to do is create a serializer. So let's do auth app /serializer.py, So let's know more about Django serializers. Okay, so we need to create a class which inherits this serializers class from REST framework. So we'll just import that. So we'll say person serializer, which will import serializers dot serializer. It will just inherit this. So what we want to have, so we have the email field, we have char field. So we'll just put that. So email will be, what's the serializers dot email field, and first name would be serializers dot char field, and last name would be serializers dot char field. What else did we write? We had a password. Serializers dot, do we have a password field? No, it's a char field. So in this, do we provide max length? No, I guess. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to import this from dot serializers, import person serializer. Okay. We have serializer. What? We have serializer. Yeah. So we have the serializer field and person. So we can say serializer is equals to person serializer of. So do we have data? So we can, I think we can just put, let's try this. Yeah, so we got the same, we have converted it into JSON basically. And so for complex data types, this will be very useful, right? Because we have the serializer which converts things into other things. So right now what I want to do is I want to just use the serializer data to create a user or a person. So I would say new person would be, let me import person. So email, okay, let me just Okay. Okay, let's do email and first name data first name, last name data last name. I think there must be a better way to do this. Can be okay, let's just do this first. And email, first name, last name and password. Okay, and I'll just do new person dot save. I want to print this new person and return user registered. Yeah, I have forgot to do this. I think I missed something regarding the DB. So I think, okay, let's try migrating, but I think I have done it. Yep. Okay, we have registered a person. We want to make this unique, the email. So do we have admin panel for that? So we have to create a super user to handle admin. I think we have to register our model. Okay, so let's delete. How do we delete? Yep. So now we want to make email unique. So in email, and make it as true. And now I try to register and it shouldn't happen, but it happened. I didn't migrate. Yeah, I didn't migrate. So let's register and then register. Yeah, we got an error saying that it's a unique email. So that's done. And now we have registered an email. So I want to see, okay, let's just finish the basic functionalities. So now we have the user registered. So now when logging in, the user uses he uses email and password, right? So we want to check that with the DB. So we have person. I want separate serializers for register and login. So this is register serializer, and we do have something for login serializer. So for login we'll only need this and this, and okay, so for login again I'll get the serialized data from login serializer, and then I'll get the user. So I'll get the person is equals to get by ID Django model. Yeah, we could do filter. So we could directly do person is equals to person dot object or filter. So we go to email is serializer dot data of email. I will also have to verify this, like validate this in the serializer as well. Like when we are doing this, we don't want this to be empty, right? Like email is empty, we don't want to do that. We don't want to move forward. So we have to do this is valid. I think, does that validate this by default? Let's test this. Let's change the email, but let's keep this empty. Okay. How do you say, like, let me say, so basically serializer is used for converting the model to JSON, let's say, right? So we don't need that right now because we have our data in the JSON form only. So we can remove this and we can just say request and request, and here also we don't need serializer, we just need request, but we need validation. We can do that. We will be needing the serializer here to convert the user model to JSON, right? So I just want to get this by email, and then we have to actually serialize the person. So not serialize the person exactly, let's just print the person first. So let's log in with this email and we can just send this. We have one person object. So if we have person, print yes, else print no. Yes, and let's say okay, this is hitting yes, but I think if so what's the person then? Okay, the query doesn't exist. Get how do we handle these errors actually using Python? So let's say user not found, get throwing error. So I want to solve for this. You have to do error handling here. So let's put it try and accept. So if the user doesn't exist, let's return user doesn't exist. So if we get the person, right? So what we want to do is we want to take the person's email, and then we want to actually compare the given password with the person's password. So if person dot, can we do, actually let's try to print the data. I think we can do that, person dot password. If it equals Actually, there's a better way to do this. Like, you could do this using by hashing the password. That's a very important thing to do. But right now, because we're just implementing, we can just go with this. Equals dot data of password. Then we can go and create token, else we will return a response saying password incorrect, right? So right now it's sending hello world because the password is right. If we change one thing, it should say password incorrect. So to create a token, I think we have to see the guide. So there is token authentication. We have to add this first. Okay, we can create whatever we want. So I think we have to first migrate. Sorry. So we have to import this token. So using this token, we will create a new token and then return that. So token as token dot objects dot create. So I think it's a class now. So we can do person. Should it? What is a token? I think it's basically a token, right? Can we pass a class to it? So let's just say email is person dot email and first name is person dot first name. We don't want to store any sensitive information in the token, so right, we will just return the token. We could do this in better way, like in a JSON format, but it's okay. Okay, we got email and first name unexpected, right? Why is it unexpected? Is there okay? Let's go into this. Okay, we can send the instance itself. Okay, but they're asking for user, but that's the thing. So let's say user must be user instance. So how do we do custom instance? There must be some way to do this. So custom auth token, yeah. So We are sending only the user. So can token be only created for users? I'm just saying everywhere I see token, it only gives a chance to create with the user instance. Creating Django tokens for custom instances. So yeah, we want to create custom user model token. Yeah. And he's also using it for user. Then how does this become a custom user model? I mean, I want to create something for class ABC, then how do I do that? But yeah, this is only for user. It seems like that. So it has to inherit the user model. Okay. But I don't want to do that. Yeah, you have to like go around the implementation in order to do this. Okay, so you can inherit the token, and you can okay, you can do that. Let's try that. Let's go into model. Right, so let's do this non-built-in user token. That is this. Oh, yeah, okay, we have this token, and we only want to do this. So let's move that down. Okay. So do we need to remove this token? I mean, we're using that here, but yeah, we need that. Let's do okay. So now we can use a non-built-in user token to create a person. Okay, it's not JSON serializable. What does that mean? Oh, okay, you cannot. I mean, you can send the token.key, right? I can just say token dot key. So are we creating? Okay, let's do one thing. I don't think going around the code is going to do any good. So let's just remove this and add this. And we need to have an user instance of this model. So and yeah, so we don't need to have anything that the original user model has. So I think we can remove this password field, and we can remove our email field, I guess. Yeah, we can remove the first name. So we can add something that is not in the user, so because we are inheriting this. And yeah, last name is also clashing. Yeah, everything is clashing. But yeah, so we need to add something unique to this person. So for now we can just add something like score. Let's say it's models dot integer field, and default will be 0. Yeah, so and also while creating, score is request dot data of score. I know that there's a better way, we'll look into that, but still. So we have the score, and what else? I think we need to register a person first. Before that, delete everything, and also migrate. Okay, I think we can do something else, like just exploring what else is there. So we have session authentication. um Basically you want to okay, so I think let's use some external token like JWT to create a simple token, right? We need to install that. Yeah, let's do this. So I think jailability is pretty simple. I have like used it in Node.js in Golang. Yeah, so I think that is pretty similar in every other framework. It's like a library kind of thing, so it's not much different. I will remove this. So now we can start. I don't even know which one is the real one. So many, not fake, but yeah, it's this one. So I mean, where does this come from? Okay, I think we can. Okay, that's in put it in the wrong place. It's in default or REST framework. Default authentication classes. Right. So here we need to import the token, right? Okay, where does this come from? Okay, so we can use this refresh token now to create a token. So how do we do that? So this is what we want. So let's do login. Yeah, we're getting this, but let's check actually what does this contain. So let's go to jwto.io and then paste your token, and yeah, we have the user ID here. Yeah, that's the user ID we have. I think that is enough, right? Because this is the exact user ID which we can confirm in the admin panel. So which one? Yeah, this one. So this 3 is the ID, and which is the user ID here. So we can use this to get the user, right? And we can we set the so this has a 1-day expiry. I think that's enough. And yeah, so we have created the token, right? So we have returned the token. So we need to get the user by getting the token from them. So we get the token. We can do this with serializer, but I'll just do that in a minute. So I want to, let's say, try and cache the same. So what I want to try is I want to get the person. Actually, no, we are getting the token, right? So the token is going to be request dot data dot token. And how do we verify this? Okay. If we get the token, then we have to validate it, right? So in order to validate that, so are you saying like okay, so I want to validate this. So Django JWT validate. Okay, we can try using this, and here can get the data like this. Yeah, so we can print the valid data once. So let's say, okay, let's copy this, and let's say what's the URL? It's user, and I'm also sending the token like this. Is it? No, this is a post because you're sending a token, and because it's a stateless thing. If it would have been a session, then I think we would have sent cookies. Okay. Yeah, we are getting this back. So we can say token data, and I can pick the user ID from token data.get user ID, I guess. And I can say person is equals to person.objects.get ID is user ID, and if he exists, I'll just return response. Okay, I'll just try. Before returning this, I'll just want to deserialize this or serialize this. I do want to do that using person okay, we need register serializer, person register serializer of person, but this is not going to happen because we aren't doing the user thing, right? In this example, he has used the models, which is the user. I could do this in a more beautiful way, but so I think we can just return email, and don't return the password, but let's try this. Yeah, so we're getting the user back. So if the user doesn't exist, so if the token is wrong, yeah, you have to catch this invalid or expired token. We catch that, and we can just throw that here. If we do this, okay. I think that's cool. We can just ignore this. Catch. How do we catch all errors? Yeah, so we're doing this. I want to know, can we? I mean, yeah, we can have a middleware, right? So DRF has that. We can do token authentication or session authentication using the classes they provide. Like, if you're using class based, then we can use this easily, like just a single line of code. And yeah, regarding serializers, I want to look into that. So in this case, we are doing this. So I don't want to do this. Like, I just want to pass requested data, and I want to do the serializer. I want to make the serializer do it for me, and I want to see how that's. So can you send requested data? You can't, to the person at least. So let's say the serializer is person register serializer. of the person of the request dot data, right? So then we have serializer dot data. So let's say we're doing 3. Then yeah, we are getting that. So we have serializer dot data, but can we now can we do serializer dot is valid and all? So how do we even validate? Yeah, validation. So you can validate specific field, right? So you can do something like def email validation or validate. Yeah, validate email. So if email is equals to this, then I want to do this, but finally I want to return the value email value empty, and let's say validate password, first name. So here I want to return a value, but before that I want to check the length of value is greater than 0 and length of value, if it's okay, not greater than 0, but if it's greater than, let's say 15 16, yeah, then I want to do first name too long. So I want to return the do the same thing for last name. So we can see this. So if so just putting this for the meantime. So what the serializer dot is valid returns, it returns true or false, and then if it's false, then it has errors, right? So if not serializer is valid, we can return serializer dot errors, right? Yeah, so if I do something like too much okay, you need the data because we're not passing an instance, we need the data. Yeah, I'm waiting this first name too long. I remove this. Yeah, so we are returning the error, so we are validating this, and now I want to create a new person. How do we do that? Can we do that using serializer? I don't think so. Now you can save. So okay, so we can do something like this. And the reason we are doing this is we do not touch models, but but we can do something like this, as I mentioned, something like this, right? And now the serializer.save should return as a new person and return the new person. So let's try with John 1 So let's see in the admin. I don't think it is saved. How does save work then? So if I do print new person, okay, person object with none. Okay, so if the serializer dot data is none, no, the data is not none. This thing, okay. So if we have the update, I guess it is because of this, because it's not same. No. Let's keep it simple and try. Yeah. It's not saving. There might be multiple reasons, I guess. But yeah, we have to create it here. So we have to create it in the serializer itself. And so that should create the user. Yeah. That user unique constraint error. Yeah, I think so. That is good. It is doing what we need to, and we can remove all this. We have actually done this with just one line of code. That's nice. So also while getting the user, we don't need to, we to return the response, right? We don't need to create every field. We can choose what to return. So with that, how do we deserialize? Okay, data you are sending in. So this is also going to be serializer is going to be person register serializer, and in that data is going to be here person, I guess. Again, we can just send person. Let's just print serializer dot data. So we have to go to the user to see. Okay, let's log in. Yeah, we have the serializer dot data. Yeah, we don't written the password, but we can, I think there is something to change that, right? So we want to delete a field during a serializer. So can we do delete of serializer dot data of password, or is it del? I don't know. So I don't think this is the way, but I want to remove this password field, or I want to choose what to list. um, yeah, we can have this meta class here. So in this we can have class meta. So let's put some, let's try with email first. No. So what I'm trying to do is ignore specific fields, or just pick some of the fields in during when we are getting serializer.data. Yeah. Okay, you can exclude. Let's try excluding password. No, it's not excluding at all. So do we have to specify something like name? No, I don't think. Okay, they are suggesting something like this: serializer.data.pop password. I don't know if that works. No, that doesn't work. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So, hmm, you can just remove this, right? So if we don't exclude this, do we get? So you can see fields all, I guess. Yeah, if we do all, we are getting the password. But I don't want to do all. I just want to exclude this password field. Right now it's open. Yeah. So yeah, that's I wanted to say we have added validation. We have added some excluding fields. We have looked into CLSs, and we have also made a few routes, API requests. I mean API routes. I think there are still much more in DRF. Like there's more important things like there is routers. There are pagination. There is of course CLSs, and then authentication. And then authentication is cool. Like it's very out of the box thing. We can just take it, plug it, and we can do whatever we want with just few lines of code. I mean, of course, I mean whatever you have implemented now, this can be done in like 2 lines of code using DRF. Yeah, so I'm just ending my stream now. Thanks for watching. Bye.